Hi everyone, it's the 15th of August. ES is still pushing against this green resistance and it has clearly broken it. So that's why we have the target of 6,700 from here, as long as it stays inside the blue uptrend and it stays above this green resistance. That is a major one. SPX cash is the same. That green resistance is broken and back tested, which is why there is still more upside. You can see there was a spike down, but recovered very fast. Maybe it wants to run, come back down to the green plus golden double support, and then run to 6,600. Dow Jones is now at that blue major resistance rail. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a rail resistance, and it is really eager to break it. And once it does, then we get to 47,000, which is this green potential resistance. Yeah, it's actually way higher. It's actually that green one is way higher. And I can remove that because that is too early to say that we're going to get there. But we can argue. Let me show you the daily chart. Right. The next potential resistance could be this blue, dark blue one, right? You can see here it was tested already. So that is from 2021-22, pulled back. The golden bull flag was broken and back tested. We rallied, pulled back, came down, and now this blue resistance rail is broken, is breaking out, and we're going to probably get to that green. So I'm going to put this in green, all the way to that green resistance, which is at 47,000, just under 48,000. That's how it looks like. Dow Jones Cash has already broken this blue resistance. Even if I put it like this, right, like a little bit horizontal, it is still a broken major resistance. This is substantial, and this is a new all-time high, and that's why there's going to be more upside. Nasdaq you can see here, it pulled back from that purple resistance. This is the only one that is a little bit dangerous here for the bullish case. But I think if we put this golden uptrend, potential uptrend right where it is supposed to be, then I think we will touch that golden bottom band maybe today, pull back to that level, and then break that purple and that purple, and then ultimately we get to golden, maybe even red, all the way to 25,000. Nasdaq cash, as I said, the purple line is further up, and the golden channel on this one seems to be being forced to break. So the other option for the short-term uptrend is this one here. So even if the golden one breaks, the green one may offer the next support to basically rally to 24,250. But the golden one is breaking down, I think, today. So that also is a little bit alarming for the short term. But if the green bottom band holds, we rally to 24,300 or so. Russell got to the green top band, almost broke it, which is why I closed that long, the remaining long, at 23.30. It came down to the back test of that golden broken resistance zone, and you can see this is the perfect bounce off that zone. So the big question here is whether this is going to break. It is going to break this green major resistance and get to 24,000. And it's time to remind you the bigger picture here, and that's the black top band. That is a giant potential bull flag, okay? And this could be the one that actually takes the bull market to another level if and when it breaks. So that there are 3 touches on the top, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3 on the bottom band. So if it can break, well, basically 2490 or so, right? Let's say 2500. Then it gets to probably also 3,000, 3,500. That is quite possible, but that's a big if. FTSE is running, and the obvious target is still 9,600. There's not much to say other than the blue top band. That was the triple support. Blue top band is broken and back tested, and it's at 9,200, and it is probably, I mean, it is on the way. You can see it cleared it yesterday. This is a resistance zone, and it is probably going to get to that 9,700-ish. And this here is DAX, broke out of the blue bull flag, off the golden support. It just cleared the green resistance, which is very bullish. This is what I told you. The three-touch resistance is broken, and it's getting back tested now. And from here, I believe we're going to see a rally. I mean, it is going to get to a new all-time high, and the main question is whether it can also get to the golden top band, right? That would be that is the obvious target for me now, that golden top band, right? And ultimately the green top band at 20, well, just about 20, just under 26,000. So the bull market is on steroids, really. The TLT hasn't touched that 89 yet. So it got to the previous highs of 80, just over 88. It's now at 87. We need to break that green resistance, which is at 89. If it can break 89, then there is massive upside. And this is the 30-year Treasury bond, and that green resistance has to be cleared. The US oil has come back down to that purple broken resistance back test, and this is exactly where it bounced. That is not a surprise. This is a line, that perfect resistance broken, and came for a back test, which held as support. Markets have memories, but only with trading channels, right? So you can see I told you this could be the back test, but now I still believe that there can be more downside to fill this gap by penetrating back into the purple. Brent oil has also bounced a little bit, and you can see the gap has been filled, which I pointed out yesterday, but then it is reversing again, and there is no bullish scenario here just yet. Okay, I think there is still short-term downside, and can it revisit the levels of 60? Yes, it can, but not 50 or 55. The minimum should be around $60 for the Brent oil. I mean, the gap fill is just on the 62, just about 62.50 anyway, and I think that's where it's headed. Spot gold is very close to the blue bottom band, which is a potential support. This is only one touch. So is it going to touch and bounce, or is it going to completely ignore that blue bottom band and come all the way to the green one? And there is just one more option to basically sink all the way to 3,100 even, or 3,050. Very, very low probability. But if the green bottom band doesn't hold, okay, if this green bottom band doesn't hold as a support, then yes, it could be possible to come all the way down to 3,000 to touch that golden bottom band. You can see the golden uptrend, right? That golden bottom band here, 2 touches. This is the first touch, and this reversal is the second touch. So this here is a massive uptrend, which means we may see the test on the golden bottom band at just around 3,050, 3,100, and then rally. That wouldn't surprise me at all, because we had a massive rally for months, and the correction may also take months. And gold continuous futures is the same. It is also, I think, is pulling back without, I mean, did it touch a new all-time high? Yes, it got to a new all-time high. On the futures level, it almost touched a new all-time high, not on the spot chart. Now the green bottom band together with the blue, if that one holds, we rally again. But if they don't hold or bounce and then break down, then we come down to the green bottom band, which is going to be right to 3,100 or so, maybe 150, something like that. So further down, actually. This here is silver. It is inside the purple uptrend and the part of the purple uptrend. So the purple uptrend would be the bottom band touch. If it comes down and bounces off it, then massive rally. But before that, if the blue bottom band holds, this is a short-term one, you can see it rally to almost 38.70, came back down. If it touches that blue bottom band, then rally to 39. It still has to break that blue top band, of course. And silver continuous futures, it has to stay above that green resistance, excuse me, green support, and that is what's going to happen. I don't think that that green major support is going to be broken anytime soon. I don't think so. I think we'll break this golden internal resistance and get to 50, 70, sorry, 60, 70 even in the coming years. The main question here is that where is the next interim low? Are we going to test the green and purple together and then rally to 40 plus? Or are we going to go straight up? Very, very hard to say. I have no feeling for it, honestly. That is really hard to say. Platinum is faring much better than the others. This is the spot chart. It's spiked down. I don't see it on the futures. So this could be some like a data glitch or something. But at the end of the day, the purple support was tested. You can see here the red top band, right? This is broken, but now it's broken back down. Not ideal, far from ideal. Is it going to come down to erase the gains of NFP spike? Very hard to say again. So we'll have to watch and wait and see. I think that red top band's proper break would take us to 1400 plus. And platinum continuous futures, it has the same red bull flag. And so far, you can see it tried to break it. That red bottom band, red top band is perfect. But is it going to be able to really break it? I mean, looks like a fake at the moment as it's breaking back into it. And the blue resistance, that broken resistance may get tested and then rally higher. Natural gas still, I think, ultimately wants to target the blue plus green double support right there. You can see that green one is spectacular. It was broken and back tested. It is coming down for another back test. And if the blue and green, they both get tested at the same time, we may see a big bounce by natural gas. And the September contract is going to test the red, I think, and then rally. But yeah, all these September contracts are going to be expiring soon, by the way. So copper has come back down to the golden bottom band, 4 touches on that. Okay, that's a standalone support now. If it breaks down, we may see a bit more downside, and it could actually. So the bear flag would be this then, or the potential bear flag would be the red one here, right? There, even if it breaks the golden bottom band, it could come down to the red and may still rally. It would be a false support break if the red bottom band holds. We rally back above that golden broken support. Of course, first it has to break the golden bottom band, okay? And as I said, the recovery has somewhat started, but we are not convinced yet. I'm not convinced yet as to whether it is going to run or not. On the September contract, it's exactly the same. And we can see, I'm going to put this here, right? And the red bottom band there. Yeah. So if it breaks the golden, the red bottom band may hold, and then we would rally. Palladium has come back all the way to the purple resistance, and so far is still trying to break back above it again, and the blue downtrend is still on, unfortunately, yes. And my hope is that the green support rail is going to hold, and then we'll start a big rally off that level to break the blue top band and then run to 1400 once again. So that remains to be seen. Obviously, palladium is still a bull, in my opinion, because of this giant red uptrend. And also the green broken resistance is back just here, back in 2024. That was a really big, major low, and I don't think we're going to revisit those levels. Maybe not in our lifetimes. I think palladium has a long way to go, all the way to 2000, 3000, whatever. Now let's have a look at euro. It's getting closer to that golden top, and if it holds, we come down. And pound sterling is looking very strong, as you can see here. The blue resistance is also broken again. The question is whether it wants to come down to the golden broken resistance back just again. Hard to say at the moment. But yeah, US dollar, Japanese yen has recovered the spike of yesterday, but now it's selling off again. The blue broken support and resistance, that doesn't count anymore. There is a great possibility now, because of this entire weakness of US dollar UJ, we may still come down to the golden bottom band, and that could become a really major support to run all the way to 152 once again. And DXY, as you can see, is still under this green resistance, and there is a chance to get to the green top band. It's right in the middle. It could get there, but it could also come down to that 95 level before running again. Aussie is inside the black. There's not much change above that black support. For it to run, it has to get to the green and black double resistance and break it. And Kiwi is the same. The green bull flag has to be broken to the upside. We are not there yet. So it is stuck between this blue support and the green bull flag. And UCAD is looking, I think, is one of the bearish ones. And the red and green resistance, they're both holding, which is why it should come down to the blue support eventually and break it down. Let's have a look at coffee, which is looking amazing here, 328. We broke out of the red. So remember, I just want to remind you, this is where we bought it at 280. This is one of the best trades of this year. I mean, platinum was amazing at 1008, but now this is 2280. This is the last tick, virtually the last tick, maybe 279, I don't know. But then we rallied, broke out of the red. Now we're going to get to the green. We are getting to the green resistance, and we'll see whether it can be broken or not. And coffee, red resistance is broken. This red one is breaking too. This is exactly what I wanted to see, which I explained in yesterday's video. Now, the golden resistance will be next. We will probably get there, maybe pull back one more time, and then run for good. Wheat is still down, down, down. If it breaks that golden support, it comes down to 470, 475. And wheat September contract is about to break that blue support. It is forcing it to break, and I think it will prevail eventually. Soybeans is coming down for a backtest on that green broken resistance, and from there I expect a run to the red top band at least. And the line in the sand is this blue and golden double support right there. If it can be broken, soybeans has big downside, but I think there is still a chance for the September contract. Of course, we'll switch to the newer contract once it does, and I think there is still a chance to at least recover to this gap, and then further up to 1050, 1055, maybe even 60. And corn is still down, down, down. There is a little bit of a bounce, but I think ultimately it wants to test that blue major support. Okay, so we can remove this blue bear flag. This blue supports back to the supports test. Third touch is at 360, and from there we can buy it. And corn September is bouncing off the green support. If it runs to the golden, then it may reverse again and come all the way to 360. And cocoa is a little bit kind of tongue in the cheek, honestly, because the blue downtrend is broken, right? So it is getting back tested right now. It has to bounce off this level as soon as possible to start to run. And on the September contract, it had broken the green resistance, that green downtrend, and the blue broken resistance, 1, 2, 3. We can see we broke it. Came back down for a back test. And from here, it has to bounce and it has to run to break that purple resistance. It is wildly volatile. Okay, it is really volatile. It goes from 9,300 to 8,100 in a matter of hours. I mean, 2 days. So it is extremely volatile cocoa. Okay, so you got to be very careful with this one. And sugar has to break that red and blue double resistance. But first, I think it has to get there at 1750 or just under 1750. And it is coming down on the October contract. It's coming down for a backtest on the blue. If it holds, sugar may turn up. And finally, cotton still hasn't broken that green top band. So there is still a very big hope or possibility for it to break it. But if it wants to come down to the red bottom band, I wouldn't blame it. Because, yeah, it is still inside this green downtrend. Now, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Okay, so that purple broken resistance was backtested, and the top band here has become a resistance. So this is kind of a double decker. So clearly, it has to run to the previous all-time high at 125,000 and smash that purple top band and form this red uptrend. And the red uptrend's top band is at 160,000. So, but first we have to see the break of that purple top band, right? And Ethereum is right there. This is a very crucial moment for Ethereum. It has damaged the green top band already, so that is not really becoming, or is it becoming a resistance? I mean, I can say it is also because spikes don't count on not that much. Like spikes don't count that much because this is a spiky bit here, right? It is still, I can still say that the green uptrend is still on, and that is a major resistance, potential resistance. If it reverses up the golden and green, we may still see Ethereum selling off wildly. Solana got to a new high, but I think there is still more upside all the way to the previous all-time high at 280, maybe 300, and Monero is at 240. This is exactly what I said. It could become a bull flag, a potential bull flag, a proper bull flag. And I think it wants to erase this spike. Since it came all the way to 400 plus, it started correcting. And I said the black broken resistance could be back tested and even erase these gains, this spiky news-induced gains. And here we are. Okay, Monero is erasing this spike. That was news-induced, and the level for that is at 230. It doesn't have to go to 230. I think it has already erased quite a lot of it. But if it gets to 230 and stays above that purple support, I think Monero is going to run again. AVAX has to get to purple top band. It's up 6% today, but it still has to get to 30 and then break it, that purple top band. XRP has to break the green major resistance. Still, there is a possibility for a big sell-off, okay? That is not out of the books yet because of that green major resistance. Aave is looking good, but it still has to get to the green potential resistance, maybe reverse that and then break it. Then after that, it has to get to the green, pull back, and then break it to get to 800. And Zcash is looking good, but it has to get to 60. ACH has to get to the purple top band. Doji, it has to break the green top band. ADA is looking amazing because of the golden resistance rail that is being broken, and it's making a new high anyway. So this is looking pretty good to me. Okay, and is there a sideways resistance? No, not really. Even that is not really a resistance anymore. So I think the obvious target is the green top band, which is the highs of November. Phantom, no hope for this one yet. It's still down, 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 and there is no action to break that blue and red double resistance. And the red and blue, they are still there, and there is no action to break those. And FET is still inside the purple downtrend, and Jasmine golden up top band is the target. Algo has to get to Algo couldn't get to the previous highs. Is it going to come down? That I think kind of like worries me, that it wants to come down all the way to the breakout point and then rally. I don't think it's I don't have a feeling for that, honestly. So it could get there, but it could also start to run from here. Very hard to say, but the buying level was here when I posted it for months. Audio has to break the green top band. We are not there yet. And Arrow looking amazing, and it is very close to that red broken supports backtest, right? And the green top band. If it's the green top band, that's 1.7. Arrow is one of the best coins out there. Very, very, very strong. Chainlink had broken the blue resistance. That is perfect. That basically invalidated the bear flag here. So I think we're going to get to 30, 31, 32. Mana, okay, but no push, no real push yet, even though the bull flags are broken. And Binance is the best, making new all-time highs. And look at that beauty. That is a massive, massive run. And the upside, so now we're at 800, right? The upside, it could be like 20,000, 30,000. This is a massive breakout, clearly. So now we have Chili's that hasn't really broken that blue top band. Okay. And my internet speed or the computer is slow. That green resistance has to be cleared. Coty is breaking the blue, but this just disappoints at the moment. So the blue one, maybe it's this one. I'm not sure. Hard to be very precise, but this could also be a kind of a double resistance here with the purple and the blue. So Coty couldn't really break it. And Dash has to break the red and dot off the purple support. So this has to start to run as soon as possible. Gala has to get to the golden and break it. EOS disappoints, still disappoints. There is no real push by EOS. And if it breaks the black support, this could be the end of EOS, really. So this purple resistance has to be cleared as soon as possible. GRT, not impressive at all. Hedera, golden sideways channel. IOTA is out in the clear, but it is not really running much. And CAS has to break the golden top band. Litecoin, blue resistance, right? That is broken, but it's kind of broken back into. The real breakout would be 170. That is the only way. MDT is up quite big, and it's up 43%. Somehow maybe news related action. This has to break that golden resistance and run. And NIA is getting closer to that blue top band, which is a potential resistance. PAL is looking okay off the black support, but it has to get to the green top band and break it. And Pepe looking okay too, but again, the golden support rail is holding, and that has to be defended by the bulls. Otherwise, if it breaks, then Pepe may come down to the red bottom band easily. Okay, and RSL looking good. Even though the green resistance is broken, it's not really running, but it's still, I think, is one of the best because of the black bull flag. Excuse me, black uptrend. Sandbox is good, but not really as good as the others. Shiba has to break the black top band. That's a very definitive resistance that needs to be cleared. SKL is one of the best. Look at that. Is up another big and it just tested. It hasn't tested that golden resistance yesterday. It just tested it and it is reversing now. So that is the fourth touch on that golden resistance from the highs of 21. 1, 2, 3, 4. So SKL maybe pull back and then a breakout. Then we should buy SKL. And SUI has to break the blue top band. It's getting closer, but not broken. Tau has to break the golden, but it may get to the golden bottom band as well ultimately. So it could get there and then run to form the bull flag. Theta is off the blue support, but there is no real strength, power, fuel, whatever you could call it. Celestia is still under this golden resistance. Try to break it, but no, not broken yet. Truecoin is not good at all. There is no interest. TRX got to the red top band and stalled there. This has been my target. The red top band just got tested and it stalled there. So the question now is whether it can really smash through that, and it can, obviously. It can smash through that red top band and run to the previous all-time highs and run further, much higher, because TRX is something else. The golden top band has to be broken to the upside. It still hasn't really done it. Tried it really hard, but no, every time it stalls. Ondo got to the blue top band, and you can see it still couldn't break it, but this is the third touch. So the next one may break it. So that's the fourth touch, and that the next one will probably break it. XLM, blue bull flag is broken. Are we going to see a back test and then run? Possible. It's also above that red internal resistance, so XLM is one of the best. And Pendle getting to the golden top band ultimately. All right, take care, guys. Bye.